So as promised, guys, I've been talking about getting a project car, and so ended up finding one. Got one onto Copart, got it, and you can see right over there, that's it at the moment. So I've got to get it off the trailer. Once I get off the trailer, I'll put it on our driveway, and then I'll give you a walk around and tell you what it's all about. Right guys, so she's here, she's on the driveway, she's jacked up in the air, and she's absolutely filthy. So before I actually let you see it, have a think of what it could be. I've looked back at the video, and you to be fair, you probably can make it out. So have a think. I'll give you a second. You thought of something? Right, let's see if you're right. So let's see if you guys are right. So this is what it is. So yeah, I've no doubt a couple of you might have got it. So this is a 2007 Mini Cooper S. And as I said earlier, it was bought through Copart. And for what I paid, to be honest, I still think it is a bargain, considering now I've realised it is the Gen 2 running the N14 engine. So guys, like I said, she is a 2007 Mini Cooper S, and it's the Gen 2, so it's the 1.6 turbo engine. The previous one, the Gen 1, was the 1.6 supercharged, and this is obviously the turbo version, running about 180 horsepower, but I'm not 100% sure. Someone will probably fire in the comment and tell me what that is. Like I said, the bodywork and everything is really good. The issue we had is once we eventually got her fired up on the back of the transport, which was over there, it took a while to get her started. So one, the battery's flat, but two, she's running like an absolute bag of spanners, and I reckon she's probably running on 3, probably 2 cylinders, if to be perfectly honest, because it was rough. And like I say, I eventually got her here and I shut her straight down. So this is running the N14 engine, and for the people that don't know, the N14 engine, if it wasn't serviced and looked after regularly, it developed issues. So a lot of people might know the chain of death. This hasn't got that, luckily, because I didn't hear that over there, which basically means the tension of the chain goes and then it develops a rattle, and before you know it, the engine just goes pop. It also supposedly has head gasket problems. This hasn't got that either, I do not believe, but I'll be looking into that. But all it is it's running on 2 cylinders, or 3 cylinders. But she has been sat a while, as you can see. But I'll tell you what, let me give you more of a closer look and see what we're looking at. So she's a sunroof model, so that's something that could potentially be a problem, because obviously I've been told, and from doing my research, they are prone to leaking. She has been sat for quite some time, because as you can even see by the brakes, they look really rusty. But the interior, I've got to be honest, apart from obviously all the mud and it needs a good clean, looks pretty okay. You know, I'd had a dog in there at some point, which isn't too much of a problem because we've got ours. But yeah, I'm actually quite happy with how it's turned out. Like I say, it runs like a bag of spanners at the moment, and I'm hoping that is just down to something like a coil pack or something like that. So I'm going to try and start it. I doubt it will, because we did have to jump it. So like I said, yeah, she's absolutely bone dead. So, but yeah, what do we get in here? Notes, we've had it then before. Got service book. It's only done 53,000, which I'm really happy about. So it's done a service at 2009, 8,000. Another service in, so it's missed, it's not got full service history, which to be fair I'm not that fussed about, but it's been fully serviced up towards the point of from 2015, sorry. So yeah, it's been looked after at that point, so whoever's had it then has looked after it, and then it seems like it's had this problem with the engine, and they've just obviously gone through the insurance afterwards. But to be fair, it looks really clean. What I am going to do is, just looking at this, I know we'll figure that out at some point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look into obviously joining forums. Now this is one bit of advice I'll give to everyone You probably, obviously all the car people know this, but if you're going to go for a car, join a forum, because then you'll find out all the faults and failures and common problems and everything like that before you buy. And then also you can get obviously as much information as possible. YouTube's another really great help, don't get me wrong, because I have no doubt there's going to be people watching this video that are going to suddenly say try this, try that, try the other, and I hope you do. But like I say, we'll now go under the bonnet. And here's that N14 lump. So it does look clean under here. There is, we have got some, it looks like an oil leak, which I'll show you now. So from looking a bit down here, you can see this cable here, wherever it goes to, it's got a bit of oil or crumb on it. One thing to check as well, because I know one thing these are prone for as well, is, oh, if I can get this off. Oh, here we go. Carbon buildup. Now, okay, doesn't look too bad. There's a bit of gunk in the cap, but then it has been sat for a long time, so maybe I'm hoping it's not a head gasket, but or it's close to being out, but maybe not. But then if I look in the coolant looks okay. It's not, can't even get my finger in to tell you the truth, but the coolant looks okay. It's not got any oil in it in any shape or form. So I know I may have dodged a bullet, but we'll see. Like I say, it just runs like a bag of spanners at the minute. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to charge that battery. Once I charge the battery, I'm going to read the codes. So it's probably going to be tomorrow by the time you see the next bit, because it's going to take at least 12 hours to do the battery or more. So hopefully we'll do that, and then yeah, so let's cut back to that. Hey guys, so I'm not going to beat around the bush. So as you can see, it is another day. I've gone out and bought a new battery because the one that's actually was on the car didn't seem to want to charge. So I'm not going to beat around the bush and try and get it to charge. I'm just going to buy a new battery and then we'll put it on. So yeah, let's get it on.
In this life I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby I'm bad, baby I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause something, can't stop me. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone
Okay, try again. Ah, right, there we go. We've got 4 codes. So let's read these codes. First one, P0300. Random / multi-cylinder misfire. So I knew that something like that. Okay. P0302, cylinder 2 misfire. P0301, cylinder 1 misfire. A multi-cylinder P0300 again. Okay, so I knew it was running really rough when I drove it, so I didn't think it, I thought it was only running on 3, but it seems like it's running on 2. So let's erase them. Not that that's going to change anything. Yeah, so we've got cylinder 1 and cylinder 2. Okay. Let's try and read them again. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to get some spark plugs, so I'm going to do a full service to it anyway. I am more than likely going to try moving the what's it called now? The coil from 3 and 4 to 1 and 2, and see if it moves over to 3 and 4, because if that is the case, then we know it's the coils, and then I'll just replace all 4 coils. So yeah, it's narrowing it down. So give me a second and see what happens. So one thing I have tested is I wanted to test to see if it obviously had the rattle. So I didn't hear, I heard something when we first fired it up, but that was only because the fact of the chap who dropped it off had to jump start it. So I am going to quickly test just to see if I hear the rattle, because then that will tell me if I need to do the chain, which I'm more than likely going to do anyway. But just to give me that peace of mind, let's just see what happens. Right, no chains tapping, but as you can hear, she's running like a bag of shit. So, yeah, that's not bad. I'm happy with that. So hopefully what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap 1 and 2 with 3 and 4 and see if the code moves, because it has been, I have erased the codes, and see what happens. So I'm going to do that and then we'll try it again. So guys, I've jumped a bit further forward, because what I've ended up doing, so these 2 here are in 1 and 2 and these are in 3 and 4, so I swapped them over and run it, no difference, and it's not bringing up a code. So what I did do, while these were still in, I lifted them out, and I couldn't tell even from the way it was running which one it was. However, when I pulled these 2 out together, the car actually idled a lot better than it did previous. So what I've done is I've ended up going out and I've purchased a compression test kit. So now I'm going to take them out and I'm going to compression test the car. Welcome to my party. We're just getting started. A life is a dream. So the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to start off with cylinder 1, and from cylinder 1 I'll go from there. Flip the handlebars, crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. Yeah. So I don't know if you can see, guys, if you look at this one, there's a lot of carbon build-up on it. So this could be the reason why it's running so crap. If you see, this is what I meant about the spark plugs. It's got a completely different sort of thread type, so you need something like that, 14mm. So guys, I've ended up putting the compression tester in, so now we're going to see what all of them read. Stop! 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 Okay guys, so that's interesting. I'm running literally 210 on all 4. The first one said 195, but I reckon if I left it a little bit longer on the cranking, it would have got up to that. So that alone is telling me that the engine's fine and healthy. So that's either I'm the luckiest person on the planet with regards to this, or there's something I'm not getting. But one thing I'm just going to check now, I'm going to check to see if I've got a spark. So let's check cylinder 1 to see if I've got a spark. Okay guys, so that's a bit confusing. So I ended up taking out the spark plug from number 1. I've put it into the cable and I've stuck it onto the coil and tested it, and I'm getting a spark off of this one. I've just tested it off of all of these as well, and I'm getting a spark off of all of them. So I'm a bit baffled now of why I'm getting a misfire on these, unless I'm not getting any fuel going through. So if one of the injectors is buggered, then could that be what's throwing up my... Yeah, it could. Yeah, it must be. It's got to be something maybe to do with the injector. So I've done spark, I've done compression tests. So yeah, I can only think it's got to be something to do with injectors. So as you can hear, that is how rough she sounds. So like I say, I'm getting a spark off of her. And these 2 were the ones that are the culprits, and I moved these 2, so these are actually the 3 and 4 coils. And then you've got the 1 and 2 coils here. So it's nothing to do with the coils, but this is the funny thing, watch this. She's running a hell of a lot better with these 2 coils out. Then you put them back in and she's running rough again. But if I pull these 2 out, really rough. So I'm going to have to do a bit of research, but I've got to try and figure out what that potentially can mean. Hello guys, so I'm going to have to be really horrible to you lot, and I'm going to have to end the video there. I hope you have enjoyed it. I know this video has been more of me just talking most of the time. I hope I haven't bored you, but like I say, we have got a project car now. This car is going to be all sort of modified to hell as soon as we get the engine sorted, which I've now found a bit more information. I thought it could be injectors for the reason why 1 and 2 are going wrong. It might not be, it might be the timing that's gone out. So I've done a bit more research, and from doing my research and speaking to a few people online, they've advised me to check the timing. So to check the timing, I've got to buy another tool, which basically locks the crank and it locks the camshafts in place. But I realised from actually doing that, I might as well change the chain at the same time, because it doesn't take much more effort to actually take the chain off and put a new chain on. And like I say, this engine is prone for the chain failing. So while I'm there, I might as well do it. So that's going to be the plan now. So I'm going to order all them bits up, and then we're going to do that more than likely either on the next video, or we might do it on the i30N, you never know. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit some comments down below, because no doubt all you mini guys are going to start firing stuff my way. Every bit of information helps me, guys, because like I said, I don't know too much about this car, and especially not with this problem. So all the comments would be absolutely welcome. So also do me a massive favour, hit like, hit subscribe to keep up with more future content, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks very much, guys. Take care, stay safe. I'll see you on the next one. Ta-da.